Hello to all. We are the 25th of October 2014 and you're watching on the last edition of ID News. Today I'm underground the Villa Méditerranée where everything is just totally amazing. Look at around me. Campers have transformed this public space into a living museum where on board they can expose but also share ideas and concepts they had to share between them during those 3 days. Now I invite you to come with me to discover them. Come on.
So the idea is to create a consortium of artists and farmers which are running a radio station. And this radio station is conceived as an activist media for rural regeneration and ecology. So it is intended for the rural context and community. Well, I think it was really great. It was like a huge brainstorming session. Really what I think me and many other people needed really right now is really to have a chance of be constantly questioned, but at the same time gaining feedback all the time. And I think we will need now some days to put all this in position and transform our ideas into a proper project.
And my idea is to make a commune kitchen for our local community back in Lithuania in a small town called Žeimiai. And I think it's the only way to reach local people. It's to reach them by offering them the basic resources as food and drinks, and through that we can deepen up our idea and maybe broaden up it, and with people ask them what they want to do and then create it into some deeper projects as well. I enjoy the idea camp and I still enjoy it, and I think this day will gonna be perfect as well. Because we get so much inspiration from other people as well, and we share knowledge and we share the ideas, and it's really open. I didn't expect it to be as open as it is, because in this competitive world it's kind of hard to share and be open. But to my idea, I think it also developed and it changed a bit, and it became, I think, more complex. So I definitely have some things that I need to consider back with my community back in Žeimiai, and to make it into a broader idea as well.
My idea is it's a public toolkit which would be online to share knowledge about regulations and laws that apply to public space in order to empower citizens to deal with public space and to use it in more powerful ways than just standing or crossing and so on. So it's like to be capable of doing cultural events or even political situations, etc. I was thinking when I was traveling to here that it might be very difficult to have 50 initiatives all together trying to I was answering myself and wondering where the time is going to come. I mean, there's not enough time to do that. And also with the space, how the space is going to be. It will be tables, it will be more like presentations. And when I found this, I said, that's perfect. I mean, we were going to use it. It's copyleft, you know?
I'm actually not an artist, I'm not an architect, I'm more in financial, administrative organization committee, but I actually had so much fun with all these different activities. I didn't draw since I was 8, but now all these different ways to develop the idea, and I see how much my idea already changed through this 3 days, because maybe you talk about it all the time and kind of shape it in your head, and you hear feedbacks from all the other people, and you find the people who also kind of have ideas that kind of connected to yours. So there's some new qualities, new perspectives are open. So I think the project is actually the idea camp. I think one really good feature of it that they tried to connect 50 people with different 50 ideas. Of course, it's much easier to work on one project, all the 50 people, but still, I thought it kind of would be really kind of messy, you know, and people wouldn't have time, but it turned out really fun and really interesting. And the most important thing, the network you can develop with this kind of activities. So, well, I'm really excited, and I'm really grateful to all the organization. They did a really great job, and well, it's fun, it's interesting, and it's really educational also.
I'm Ana, I'm from Barcelona, from Spain, and I'm really an architect, but I really enjoy drawing, as you can see. And for me, drawing is a tool to help in my work in architecture, so I try to use it this way. I really think that these 3 days has been really interesting, and well, I have learned a lot about not only drawing, but all these ideas are really interesting, and sometimes I was looking at them and listening and taking notes, and I wanted to say things, oh yeah, I'm very interested in this, but well, I hope I should stay taking notes. So if someone wants to come and share with me their ideas, or they want to not only draw but write or whatever they want, they are welcome, and for me it will be really useful. So yeah.
It is indeed the first idea camp, and what we have began working on a couple of years ago was thinking about how could European Cultural Foundation, as an independent foundation based in Amsterdam with a mission to ensure that culture was helping to contribute to open, inclusive and democratic societies across Europe, how could we work more effectively? So what would be the best way to invest our resources? And we know that there are so many great projects, wonderful ideas that are going on the ground, but those don't always manage to find the resources to be realized. So we thought, could we not be inviting ideas at an early stage, rather than inviting projects that are almost finished, but ideas at an early stage from people who really are getting on with it, are just to think about, are just grabbing opportunities and doing things in their communities. So how could we find those ideas? So we went about it with an open call for proposals from across Europe, across the EU, beyond the EU, neighboring countries. Here we are in Villa Mediterranee, so also considering the south of the Mediterranean, and invited people to come forward with ideas. It could be an individual, or it could be an organization or a consortium, an idea with how they were working with, or how they hoped to work with, engaging people in the development of their communities, particularly around reuse of public space, knowing that the more we are involved in that in our communities, the more we are thinking about the future of our communities, and considering the actions that we have every day, and really feeling that we're making a difference. I've been really inspired by the energy that's here. Also by the diversity of perspectives. Not only have people come from very different countries, very different cities, they come from very different thinking perspectives and professional perspectives, whether it's a journalist or an architect or a dancer or somebody working in civil actions. To actually see people coming together and hear them saying, no, this is really different. This allows me to meet people who might be working in a different place, who might have a slightly different approach to a problem, but really are trying to solve it together. And to bring that together brings an energy to the space, as well as an energy to those connections that we hope will go on long after these 3 days.
It's now the time for this first ID camp to go to an end. And as we can see, all the campers give me the envy to be one of them. So it's time for me to thank you all for this wonderful opportunity and this journey we belongs with you. I'd like to thank all the ECF team, but also Les Têtes de l'Art and all the team of Odozone TV who made this journey wonderful. I hope you enjoyed our Journal TV as much as we did, and I hope to see you for the next session of ID Camp. Goodbye everyone.